Valle del Cocora is a place that doesn't feel real, but it is real, messy, and more surprising than the photos show. Some travelers describe this valley like a dream, others wonder what the hype is all about. Today I'm going to show you why people feel that way, why they think it's worth it, and why they think it's overrated. What it's actually like to walk here, even if you're not doing a long trail. We'll explore Valle del Cocora and also spend some time in the nearby town Salento so you can see both the magical scenery and the town that makes this region so special. I've walked these trails, felt the weather change, and seen the valley at different times of day. All so you know exactly what to expect before you go. Welcome everyone, I'm Val, a Colombian traveling the world, and in this trip we're going to explore Valle del Cocora in Colombia. You are in the coffee region of Colombia, near the small town of Salento in Cocora Valley, where the wax palm is located, which is Colombia's emblematic tree and also the highest palm in the world, and also a tree that is protected by the National Park System. These palms are some of the tallest monocots in the world, reaching up to 45 meters and sometimes even closer to 60 meters. The Cocora Valley sits in the Andean Mountains, not far from the town of Salento, in the coffee region of Colombia, and it is part of a larger protected area. But there is more to this place than just palm trees, and you'll see that soon. To get to Valle del Cocora, you need to arrive to the coffee region of Colombia. The best way to do it is by taking transportation from Bogota to the city of Armenia. You can take a plane there or you can take a bus. The bus is around 8 hours and it will leave you in the terminal of the city. After that, you can take another bus from Armenia to the small town of Salento. The bus usually goes through one of the main streets of the city, so you can ask the locals or the people in your accommodation, if you're staying in Armenia, where to take the bus. The ride is around 50 minutes and it costs around 7,000 Colombian pesos. Once you arrive to Salento, you can ask in the center of the city where you can take the wheelies or jeep transport to Valle del Cocora. They will leave you at the entrance. Taking a wheelies ride is definitely one of the must-do experiences when visiting this place. The first thing that hits you is the scale. These trees are so thin and tall that they look almost drawn or even made by CGI. The second is the mood. Clouds, rain, and even sun all at the same time. That mix is what makes the valley feel unreal. It's not just pretty, it's dramatic, haunting, and somehow very peaceful. So Cocora Valley is actually really big and there are a lot of things to do here. Stay with me and I'll show you the best way of seeing it. There are several ways of doing this. You can take a short trail, a long trail, or you can enter different parts of Cocora Valley. The first thing you'll find is a place where you can take pictures in the valley in 32 different viewpoints. And you can also do different activities like paragliding and even horse riding. If you decide to visit this spot of Cocora Valley with the 32 viewpoints, you will find that it's a place that is very crowded. It is also the first thing you find when you arrive to the valley. So if you want to consider something more natural and with landscape rather than with things built by men, I suggest you go higher up into the valley. If you go a little higher up, you will find the other entrance to the actual palm forest. The entrance fee is 25,000 Colombian pesos, and in there you can find the short route and the long route. The long route is around 6.8 kilometers of walking, and the short route depends entirely on you. If you arrive to only the first viewpoint, the second viewpoint, or the first farm. If you decide to arrive to Valle del Cocora and instead of taking a walk, you decide to take the path by riding horse, they will take you deeper within the mountain. The horse ride is different lengths depending on the route you want to take, but they will definitely pass you through rivers, bridges, and some other places that are a little bit more extreme than walking. So depending on how you want to do this trail, you can just set yourself some milestones. There are 2 viewpoints during this walk where you can also take amazing pictures of Cocora Valley. One has the infamous hand viewpoint that will most likely have a queue when you arrive in there to take pictures on it. The other viewpoint is higher up and it's just a wooden platform with a little store where you can see the entire Cocora Valley from higher up in the mountain. Now, if you want to do the entire trail, you can arrive to one of the coffee farms that are located in this path. One of the experiences you can also have when visiting Cocora Valley is visiting these coffee farms, where you can learn the entire process of harvesting coffee the way we do it in Colombia. You will have an explanation on the entire process, how the coffee grains are roasted, how the different roasting methods get done, what do we do with different coffee grains, the coffee leaves, and all of that when you visit one of these farms. Of course, you will also be able to try their coffee and in some cases even some food. So if you're up for the challenge of walking the 6 kilometers uphill to arrive to the first coffee farm, you can also have this experience. The weather here is tricky. You can start with sun and end up with gray skies or even some light rain. But that's normal. It's all part of the experience. Three of my tips for this place is first that you wear layered clothing. Valle del Cocora is actually warm because of the place is located, but it can rain at times. So it is good to have a rain jacket at hand. Bring good shoes. The paths can be slippery and many of them are uphill or downhill. So you need good hiking shoes. And bring a small backpack with only the essentials like water, your documents, and maybe a couple of snacks. The valley looks different every hour. Early morning often has mist. Late afternoon can give golden light. Both make it feel unreal. It's actually worth seeing it both ways. Like the place is shifting between worlds. If you arrive early, you will see less crowds but more mist. You can do that and then return later if you want warm light after the rain. My tip is also that you check the weather for the day you're going, but also trust the mood. The fog can also make the valley look beautiful. For our visit, it didn't rain at all, so we had a view of the entire place, but the rain is also part of the charm. You don't need to conquer a long trail to understand why this place feels so real. You just need to breathe and do it at your own pace, whichever path works for you. After the valley, you want a place that feels warm and cheerful, and that is Salento, a place full of color, nice people, and amazing coffee. Salento is popular for its street, colorful buildings, and local shops and cafes. The local food is amazing, and since this is the coffee region of Colombia, you will find some of the best coffee in the entire country in towns like Salento. This place is also one of the heritage towns in Colombia and the town that inspired the Disney movie Encanto. So if you want to see the real-life setup of the movie, you should definitely visit this place. Coffee shops and local eateries are good for the budget, and I actually found one particular spot that is not as crowded as the coffee shops in the center, but is equally amazing. If you want to buy your souvenir for your trip, you can do it here because you will find streets and streets of handcrafts. Colombia is very popular for its artisans, and Salento is a place where you find coffee region handcrafts. You can also walk around the main square and take pictures in there, as well as around its colorful streets. You'll feel like you move from another world back to a cozy little town, but still with the same atmosphere of wonder. This place is about the contrast, the thin trunks stretching to the sky, the quiet ending in a town full of warmth, and a landscape that looks like it's not from this earth. But amazingly, it is. If you remember one thing from this video, let it be that this place is about atmosphere, not distance. That's why it sticks with people long after they leave. Valle del Cocora and Salento together feels like two sides of the same dream. Nature that shocks your senses and a town that grounds you with warmth and cheerfulness. So after visiting, I do think that Cocora Valley is an unreal landscape here on earth. The palms, the view, and even the changing weather just give it the perfect magic any solo traveler will be looking for. Despite the fact that many people visit it a day, it didn't feel that crowded. Of course, except if you wanted to do those activities that require queue and all of that. But aside from that, it didn't feel crowded at all. So you should definitely visit. If you like places that combine the best of two worlds, don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up so YouTube keeps helping us grow as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all on the next trip.